Hello everyone. So, as most of you guys know, spec is really important in Albion. It doesn't matter if it's for a PvE or a PvP activity. These are the points I will be covering in this video. What is spec? Spec stands for specialist or specialization and is located at the very end of the nodes in each category. This is what defines how strong certain equipment are when being equipped by your character, and this is similar when we're talking about crafting, where the main difference is that the cost of focus will get lower and you will have an increased chance for higher quality when crafting the item. Solo versus group. There are many ways to get PvE fame in the game, but the main two I will focus on is the solo and group dungeons that are spread around the map. Let's start with the solo dungeons. These dungeons are tailored for 1 to 2 players and takes about 8 to 15 minutes to complete, depending on the level and the amount of floors inside. The maximum amount of floors inside a solo dungeon is currently 3. The group dungeons on the other hand are tailored towards 4 to 6 players and take between 15 to 30 minutes to complete, depending on your group composition. Most compositions are focused on doing bigger pulls and then apply AoE damage. What is Fame Credits? Fame Credits is a type of combat progression currency that is bound to your character. If you navigate to your Destiny board, you will see the total amount of credits your character has in the top right corner, next to your learning points. If you then navigate to a node that you have some sort of level in, you can then press a small button on the left hand side to bring up the respec window. It is in this window you can use credits to increase your level in that node. Or you can convert credits, which reduces the level in the node. You can get fame credits in 2 ways, either by converting mastery or specialist levels directly into fame credits for a silver cost. But keep in mind that around 20% of the total fame you want to convert will be lost during the conversion. The second way to get credits is to gain PvE fame when you are wearing equipment that have a maxed out node. This can either be the mastery node or the specialist node, as long as it is in the combat category. Depending on what type of item you have 100 levels in, there are different multipliers of how much credits you will gain per PvE fame. If you look at this table, we can see that if you have 100 spec in your weapon, you will get 40 credits for every 100 fame. But 40 credits will only be worth 80 fame if you want to put it back into the node that it came from. I got a lot of requests in the last video about showing some PvP builds that can be effective while doing PvE activities in the dagger category. So here we go. Starting with the build for the dagger pair, we have the Stalker Hood. This helmet has a spell that when the surrounding enemies are below 50% HP, when activated, their armor and magic resistance gets reduced by 90, and you get a 20% damage buff which helps on tankier bosses. For the chest piece we have the Stalker Jacket or Spec Jacket. This is mainly due to the high AoE DPS from the abilities, but if you choose to run a Spec Jacket, keep in mind that the self-inflicting damage is quite a lot if you're not ready for it. For the boots we will run any leather shoe with the refreshing sprint ability selected. It's just an all-around good spell that works in most situations. For the weapon we will use the dagger pair with Deadly Swipe and Throwing Blades. Why you ask? This is because AoE in general is nice to have in 2v1 situations as well as when you are clearing packs of mobs. Cape wise we will use the Feather Cape. Let's head over to the artifact category. In my opinion, Blood-Eater is the most effective dagger artifact to farm. This is because of the execution ability that has a bonus effect when you hit targets below 40% HP. When triggered, it reduces all active cooldowns by 10 seconds, which is really convenient. For the helmet, we will be using the Assassin Hood. Reason behind this is because this build focuses on reducing your cooldowns on your chest piece, which will do most of the work in terms of damage. For the chest piece, we will run the Spec Jacket. This jacket is, as I said before, great for AoE DPS, and for this build to work, you will need a cabbage soup. This is because the self-inflicting damage is so big that no other food can out-heal it when out of combat. For the shoes, we will run any leather shoe with the refreshing sprint ability selected. The offhand will be a taproot, which gives you a boost to your maximum HP, which helps you stay alive longer while the Spec Jacket is activated. For the spells, we will be using the Deadly Swipe and Throwing Blades because of the AoE and percentage damage bonus. Lastly, we have one of the PvE builds I'm loving right now. It's pretty much the same build as in the last video, but the reason I want to highlight it again is because it's actually extremely effective. I've had quite a few of my friends try it out, with lower spec than myself, and the responses I've gotten has been more than positive. The build itself consists of the Assassin Hood, Hunter Jacket, any leather shoe, dagger, torch and a Thetford cape. If you want a more detailed explanation, feel free to check out my previous guide. Oh, and now you might wonder why I have not included a class. This is because class in PvE is not anything I would recommend. In terms of time, I would suggest to max out one of the other daggers and then use the respec system to quickly level them up. Thank you for watching till end. If you want to see more videos like this, drop a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all next time.